Hey, good evening, and welcome to Monday night's live coverage of our touring cars evening tonight, Division 1 at Oulton Park. It's me, Alan Patterson, in the booth, and I've got my good friend Sas van der Westhuizen here. Sas, how are you?
Hello, Alan. Hello, everybody. I'm doing very well again tonight. Back to race day. Gonna just enjoy tonight's race. Looking forward to a really tight track and hopefully some good, clean, close racing.
Yeah, definitely agree with you. I think we're in for a bit of a treat tonight. We're at one of the traditional English touring car tracks, Oulton Park, and as some of you or many of you may or may not know, this has also just recently been released in the British DLC pack for ACC. So super track, very bumpy, but has a long history of touring car racing and bike racing in the UK.
Yeah, you were mentioning the bumpy track. I was actually watching one of the developer streams, and he mentioned like people go on about the track being too bumpy for the GT3 cars, and he said he's of the opinion that we need some bumpy tracks.
Yes.
Otherwise, car manufacturers only make their suspension stiffer and stiffer, and it becomes more and more of a pain when a track is slightly bumpy. So quite looking forward to getting into this track in ACC. But tonight, I'm going to be using this race as a good judge to just get a feel for what the track is like, seeing what's happening, and hopefully just enjoying these front wheel drives and how they throw themselves about.
Definitely, yeah, it's going to be a great evening. One thing is very obvious as you do watch it with the touring cars on the track, and it's like this in real life. It's a very tight little track. When the British GT Series races on Oulton Park, the cars inevitably end with quite a bit of scrapes and rubs, and a bit of cracked bodywork and some carbon fiber bits and pieces. Besides the main straight, the whole back end and the outlay of the track it's a very tight and very narrow and very demanding track.
Yeah, it's going to require the utmost focus tonight, but having seen what the guys in this division can do, I am confident that we're going to see some tight racing and maybe see a car door look like a packet of Simba chips that's been crumpled up a bit from just rubbing around there and trying to get past one another.
Yep, definitely. As they're still out on their qualifying at the moment, we're waiting for some hot laps to come in. These are now the start of the hot laps. On the screen you can actually see the track map. We're running the longer version of Oulton Park. You can see there's two derivatives of this track. Well, there's a couple that include and exclude the chicanes, but we're running the red layout as you see it there on the screen. Weather this evening, we had a little bit of a oops on the servers, but we managed to get it sorted. 14 degrees ambient temperature, track temperature of 18 and 20. It's a sunny but cool day in Oulton Park. I tried to match it to what the temperature was, and I think it was measured at 7 or 6 degrees. So, but no rain and at least a bit of sunshine today. And again, sorry, yes, Sas?
No, I was just going to say 7 degrees. That's a nice cold track, but this track is still sitting at a nice toasty, like 18 to 20 degrees. So
exactly.
That's not too cold.
Yep. Right, so as we see some quick times coming in the top left, Bartle Hodgson, Brent Lindsay Ray, we're going to quickly watch our resident aliens onboard video of a lap around Oulton Park, and then we'll come back and catch up with the qualifying. So bear with us as we get the video to run.
Alright, good evening everybody, and welcome to a onboard flying touring car lap. That's a BTCC lap in the BMW M125i around Oulton Park International. very technical, tricky, fast flowing track this. It's really quite a lot of fun to drive. Throw the car into Old Hill Corner, carry as much speed as you can. You want to gain on the exit, not on the entry there for sure, as you got this run all the way down through Denton's Cascades. Flick the car in 5th gear. Again, you want to carry as much speed as you possibly can. So rather get the car settled for that corner as we go through Lakeside, looking for this left-hander island bend, absolutely flat out in the rear-wheel drive car. You want to brake just after that yellow signboard. Throw the car into Shell Oil's corner. Really absolutely abuse the track as much as you possibly can. Maybe not quite as much as I did there, but through the chicane, brake a little bit early so you can carry your speed through Britain's and get on the power nice and early to go over Hilltop, and looking for the second chicane, braking just between the 100 and the 50. Really throw it through Hislop so you can either brake a little bit earlier and get on the power earlier coming out, or attack the corner like I did there. I've been able to replicate the lap time both ways, up and over Clay Hill, and looking for one of the more tricky corners on the track in my opinion, throwing the car into Druids. You've got to carry the speed through, but remember you've got elevation changes and it's bumpy, so very difficult and tricky corner. And braking just after the Dunlop sign on the left hand side there. Carry as much speed as you can through Lodge. Also a lot of bumps, and the elevation change as well mean you've got to feather that throttle, and we'll come across the line for a 1 minute 39.453. Alright, good evening everybody, and welcome to a onboard flying touring car lap. That's a Alright, good evening everybody, and welcome to a onboard flying tour.
Thanks very much for that, buddy. A little bit behind on the video and the audio there for some other reason, but right. So we're back with you, we're live, and Sus, you can take it away with some time so far.
Yeah, so already we've got Nick at like almost a 39 dead there, with Ross Bartels trailing right behind. Now in HLQ, I think it was Ross Bartle that managed to do a sub 39 lap there.
I can put that up on the screen so long while you're talking.
And
there you go.
I've been astonished at how close this grid seemed to have been. The separation wasn't that wide. I'm quickly trying to pull up the stats my side.
Yeah, it's on the screen.
So separation in Div 1 is just over, oh yeah, it's still under 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Which for a long track like this, there's a lot of places to go and make mistakes. I've heard someone say that they can easily catch some time, but then they get to the second chicane and just throw it all away. It's so difficult to get the cars around here, and with the bumpiness, it also doesn't quite help out with everything. So it's really a testament to how much, already Ross Bartle going into the 38s there.
Yep.
So he is wringing the neck off of that car. And then Skywalker in third with a 39.1, and Mr. James Leach following in with a 39.7. So already starting to there's a bit of a gap at the top 4. Top 5. Adrian Nell is also on a 139.7, but he's 4 thousandths of a second behind Mr. Leach.
Yeah. If you have a look at that on-screen shot of the HLQ times as they finished, first to 10th place were 138.8 to Peter Geldenhuys, 139.9. So 1.1 seconds for 10 cars, and then 1.5 seconds for the other 10 or 12. But Ross Bartle doing a 138.8, and his real lifetime now on the track a 138.9. So very close to his HLQ time.
And this is I think where race 2 is going to be very interesting with the narrow track, reverse grid. It's going to make for some really, really interesting overtakes.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit of gnashing of teeth, I agree. Let's go and say how's it to everybody on the YouTube channel. Thanks for coming around. M3 Supercharge, I'm sure that's Chris. Ryan's there. Rob van der Heever, good evening. Ruben Kruger, Jason Holden Jones, how are you, sir? Sean Bingham's there. Marius Skillman's there. Sas, you there? How are you, man?
Yeah, I've been trying to keep my engagement going there.
Very good.
I saw Marius asking about where's the names in the tower.
I saw that.
Unfortunately, names only start populating once people start setting valid laps. So that's why it took a while. I mean, it's a track that it takes more than 1.5 minutes to get around. So they only started setting times with 12 minutes left on the clock.
Right, currently watching Rainier Leach. Rainier Leach and James Leach. James up in 4th place at the moment for OC Breweries. And these guys are running updated liveries for the entire team today. So they'll look slightly different. I'm not too sure what the difference is, but there is updated skins. The Gunslinger that James is driving. And Rainier Leach in 7th place with the green highlights. Let's see if we can spot what's on the side of his car. The Dictator.
The Dictator.
So these could be names of drinks or something. I'm not too sure. But
if you look closely, there's a sponsor on the side of the car called OC Brewers.
Yeah.
This is the names of the beers that this company manufactures.
All right, cool. Yeah. No, we got it then. That's all good. So Rainier, as we're watching him, is 1.5 tenths up, almost 2 tenths up as he goes over Hilltop. Some interesting names and obvious ones. Hislop's, I think, obviously named after one of the bike riders, James Hislop. Might be mistaken, but let's see. So, let's see if Rainier can get this to the line. He's dropping down in time. He's only 0.5 tenth up at the moment.
He had a bit of he had some two-wheel action there,
Okay.
and I think that caused him to not get the acceleration down that he wanted. And I think that was precisely as someone said on the Discord. That second chicane, if you're not careful, you can lose a lot of time there.
Yes. Now there's also, he's just clawing it back and he goes into
that's close.
3,000. So stay
it's not
7th.
enough to improve yet,
No.
but
He's there or thereabouts. Peter Geldenace in 12th place. The Sim Racing Crew Principal. And he's going to see what he can do. He's currently in 12th place. PWS, Kieran down in 17th at the moment in his Ford. He's struggling to get a good lap in at the moment. I know he was in the 39s on HLQ, so we'll see how he gets along. Ivan Karamaker, he is stuck in a sand trap and just went back to the pits. Dirk Brunt, here he is in his martini coloured Alpha, and Dirk is up half a... Yeah, he's very slightly up. Let's see how he goes as he comes goes down the bottom, finger down towards the hairpin. You see the lake in the background. Comes through Shell Oil's corner, as it's known. And then this chicane, as Sus mentioned, this is the first chicane they come to, and it is still a very difficult corner to negotiate and to carry your speed through. Dirk does very well. He's 2.5 tenths up here, so let's see if he can get this round. Currently in 20th.
It's now all down to this second chicane.
Yeah.
He's doing nicely. He's not getting the car bouncing around too much.
It's that corner there. It's the exit of that chicane. Yeah.
That's the exit there. But he has done well. He's still 2 tenths up.
Yep, he is.
Slightly losing, but he might still get a good exit out of the following corners.
This Druids corner, it's a double apex fast right-hander, and it's a very tricky corner with an off camber as well on the exit. He goes up well.
Almost 4 tenths now. Well, more than
half a second.
That's huge.
He's on his way.
Just running wide.
It's still 3.5 tenths.
3.5 tenths it's decent, but it could have been a half of a second that he improved there.
So he goes up to 19th. Right, so 1 minute 15 to go. Ross Bartle pulling off. Look at that delta. Plus 6 thousandths, I think he was. So he's literally It's a 138.850. I tell you.
Kieran Patterson in 17th position. He is up 0.6 of a second. So
Okay,
I
let's
think
catch up
he's
with
going to be
Kieran.
able to get his 39 right now.
Right, here he goes. He's past half a second up as he comes towards the first chicane. Kieran, the quickest of the Ford crew, and that's purely because he drives a little Ford Fiesta.
So he's got some meat space experience there. It sounds like
He does. And he does. All right, he's still up by half a second, and it's growing. So if he can get this through, he's coming up to the back of what looks like Oulton Racing. That could be Brent Lindsay. No, it's not Brent. It's an Audi.
It's an Audi. Is that not maybe Wesley?
Or it could be Wesley Ferrand, correct? And Kieran coming in. He's 7 tenths up. Goes around the last corner well, 8 tenths and going more, almost 9 tenths. He has a good time. Goes from 17th to 8th. Great jump.
That's a very, very good lap that he put in there. And it's last minute, so I'm sure he is now able to just relax and start focusing on race start.
Definitely. James Leach in 5th place. He is up 2 tenths. As he goes through the first chicane, and he's going to see if he can try and improve on his position. Currently
he's
in 5th.
He's going to call out down below. Robert Klopstra in 15th jumps up to 11th.
Yeah, great time there, 139.9. Right, so there we've already got 10 cars in the one in the between the, and Skywalker goes to pole, the 138.5.
Oh,
we didn't see that. Sorry, Ron, but. That's quicker than HLQ's times.
I want to say that's almost enough improvement to consider him a sandbagger.
Today.
I'm joking.
On the YouTube channel, Stanley Fenter, how's it, Stanley? James Leach Senior is there. Hello, James Leach Senior. Ryan, how's it? And Dilly Willy 40. All right, we're done, and that is it for quali. Ryan Skywalker, a 138.5 as they go to the grid. I think he surprised all of us there, to be honest.
Oh, no, he definitely surprised me.
Jeepers, that was quick.
I think that's a half a second improvement on his HLQ time.
Yep, if not more. I cannot find him in this timing screen.
He has previously mentioned that he has issues with the game disconnecting him. He's right at the bottom, 23 on the timing screen.
No, but that's admin Ryan.
Okay, my timing screen has him there, but he's at the front of the grid. He's at the front of the grid.
Oh, Ryan Skywalker, there he is. Okay, yeah. Got him. Number 100, and next to him is Ross. Right, 30 seconds to go. Everyone's ready. We're ready. Everyone on YouTube's ready.
This is the time everybody needs to make sure they have their setups loaded, that they have added enough race fuel. I'm talking to you, Mr. Ryan Skywalker. And make sure that you're ready. Yeah. Don't get caught out.
I told him to brim the tank. He said he's got a second tank in the back of the car. He can drive to Joey's and back.
Okay, so 10 seconds. Lights are going to start turning on right now. 2, 3, 4, 5. All red. They drop the clutch and away they go.
Here we go. Oh, the toe and heel boys, they're all together.
Those Beamers quick off the line, eh?
They are. Ryan doing well, but it looks like Ross has made the jump. Ryan falls into second place, and off they go down into Cascades. Everyone looks like they're coming in the background, so it looks like everyone got through turn 1 and 2. We're going to stick with the leaders as they go around the first lap.
Yeah, it's quickly jumping back and forth. Looks like everybody got on.
Ryan hangs on as he goes around there. Oh, there is somebody wide. It's one of the Grumpy Monkey cars. Oh, somebody's in the tire barriers. They didn't get around that hairpin. I know it's a Grumpy Monkey car. I don't know who it was, though. Wow, and these guys, I mean, they're so quick and smooth through that first chicane, all of them.
Yeah.
Shoal Wilkin up into 4th place. So Shoal's got a good jump off the line. James Leach into 5th. Adrian Null in 6th. Rainier Leach 7th. Kieran Patterson 8th. Klopstra 9th. And Matthew Boyne 10th. Great start. Everybody up and going.
I'm gonna say this. Nick has said that this BMW, it's the only rear-wheel drive car on this track tonight, and he said it takes a bit of a different touch to drive it around. That rear kind of just wants to step out on you, and you need to keep it under control.
Well,
to get some quick times in.
Let's see then if Ryan can punish the BMs with his Alpha. He's pushing hard and he's got the inside line. He's got to put on the brakes and he's run wide there. Oh, that was close. There was almost contact between him and Ross, and that's allowed Nick to go past, and Shoal now is right up behind him. Shoal backs off, a little bit of locking up on the inside left as they go through and down Lakeside.
It does look like Mr. James Leach is having a look there to see if he can get past Wilkin.
Ooh, there's a bit of contact in the back with Adrian Null, who's trying to grab it and hold on to it, and does so. That was a huge recovery, Mr. Null. He has dropped 2 positions, I think, but he's managed to keep it together. He's just ahead of Kieran Patterson, so he's held on and kept the car under control, and in 7th. These 3 all behind Leach, and Skywalker is coming backwards. Something's happened here. Skywalker's in trouble.
I'm seeing Skywalker fly around on my screen.
Yeah,
I'm
me too. Okay.
Worried he's having ping issues.
Ryan Skywalker is in a bunch of trouble, and I think he's actually pinging into other people. So somebody better sort something out there. I have this auto return to pits for the commentator, so we can't go to the chat box and see what the pings are. I don't know if you can have a look. Right, Shoal Wilkin managing to keep his nose clean and in 3rd place, but Bartle and Hodgson are away by half a second. James Leach in 4th place, Patterson in 5th, Matthew Boy up to 6th, Klopstra 7th, Lindsay Rowe up to 8th. So I think we had somebody got hurt there, and it's Leach who's down in 20th. Rainier Leach might have been involved in that incident with Skywalker pinging around the track, and he's been collected and he's gone down the field. Where is Skywalker? He's in 13th at the moment, and everything seems to look okay, but he's all the way down in 13th place. Going back up to the front. My camera's just giving me an issue here. Okay, here we go. Nicholas Hodgson, 8/10 behind Ross Bartle, who is slowly extending his gap. Shoal Wilkin 2.8 seconds back, and then the rest of the field.
Yeah, these 2 at the front are making sure that they're extending the gap as best they can.
Ryan, thanks for that. I think Sass has gone to have a look at how does he look now, Sass?
I'm not sure how Ryan is going to go and have a look. I've tried to have a look, but because of this auto start system, it's throwing me out of the menu.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, it's fine. Let's see how it goes for now. The car looks okay. He's just sitting down in 12th place here, just ahead of De Beer. Swiggers, Waldo Swiggers. Waldo Swiggers, the Monk's Tipple, part of the OC Brewery team, and he is all over the back of Brent Lindsay Ray for Team Oulton Racing.
I'm having a chuckle at the at the chat there. Someone was it Ruan said he's got 100 rand on his local bookie on Ryan Skywalker there, and someone's calling out that might have been a bad bet right now.
Definitely. Yeah, I think I said something to the effect of I'll put 100 rand on Bartle for the win, and he's out there and going, so somebody should have taken me up there. Who?
In 10th Dirk Brunt and Wesley Ferrand, they just having a touch there, and they're
Okay.
keeping it together somehow, but still losing out on the position.
Got them. Here we go. There's 4 of them here. So it's Ferrand, Brunt, Kotze, and Skywalker.
Making a nice train of 4 cars there, and I'm sure Skywalker is trying hard to get back into this race.
I wonder if he uses cellular connectivity, perhaps.
I'm seeing in YouTube chat, Marius was saying it was CPU usage, so I'm not sure if he maybe forgot to close a browser or something like that.
Okay. Well, he seems stable now, so hopefully, I think he's hurt the car though, because he isn't progressing through the field as quickly. So
He'll be aiming to get into 10th so that he can get that coveted pole for the next race, and I think that might be what he's focusing on right now. Even though the car is not working with him right now.
Okay, we're watching Adrian Null, who's caught the back of Rob Walker, and they're next to each other. It's 2 Toyotas, GB truck bodies and trailers fighting with Oulton, and there's some more contact, and there's pinball going on, and all these cars flying in the air.
That was some rough ping-ponging back and forth.
That was huge.
They were 3 abreast, and the middle car just couldn't keep it together.
Wow, I caught some of that. I think Nell managed to come out of it the smoothest out of everyone. Let's go and watch that on replay. Oh, they come around the last corner and everyone's going left, right. And then, there was a huge collision. That car took off and hit the bridge. Jeepers. Someone's disconnected, I think.
Oh no, that was just Ryan who quickly came on to check.
Okay. Right. All settled. Back up at the front. Ross Bartle, 1.2 seconds down the road from Nick. Then Charles Wilkin, 3.6 seconds back. James Leach doing really well. He is 1.1 seconds off the back of Charles Wilkin. And closing in, Kieran Patterson, 3.5 seconds back in his Ford. So it is BMW, Alpha, Ford, and Matthew Boy in another Alpha. Those are the top 6 for you.
Yeah, and Ryan Skywalker is now in 10th position. He is close on the tail of Dirk Brunt.
Cool. As we watch him go under the pedestrian bridge over the start-finish line. And he does a quick 140.0, so definitely very quick. And Dirk runs very wide there, very wide. Dirk's still wide. Okay, he's back on the track now. Guys are going to have to, and Ryan goes down the inside.
Wondering if Dirk got a cut warning for that move.
Possibly. So Skywalker up, takes the position, and
he's now in 10th, so
he's in 10th.
10 minutes left. He can race for more points, or he can say, let me take the tactical decision here and try and get a win for the next race.
What would you do?
My skills usually aren't sufficient to keep grip on the tires going, so I usually push as hard as I can, because I know that I won't be able to hold on to first.
Right, just jumping up to 8, Waldo Swiggers. Looking at the back of Brent Lindsay Ray now. These 3 and Matthew Boy, and behind them Farrant and Skywalker. Farrant, sorry. So 3, this is almost a 5-car train, all booking up now behind Matthew Boy. Swiggers right on the tail of Brent Lindsay Ray. But the BMW and Alpha is having a very good dice on this track. Leach up ahead. He's now under half a second off the back of Charles Wilkins, so we're going to jump forward there. Leach just did a 139.9. That was a quick lap by James Leach.
I think this might be a very exciting battle to watch.
Yeah, James is getting all over onto the back of Charles Wilkin now. These are the
Charles is an old hand at this.
Oh yeah,
He's got racing experience under his belt, so I'm sure he'll be able to take the pressure. The question is, can Mr. James Leach put down that pressure consistently.
Well, he's closed up completely. I mean, he was 1.8 seconds something down the road.
Yeah.
He's all over the back of him right now. So we'll just stick with these guys for a bit. Oh, that was huge. Yo, I don't know how
ambitious there.
James he had it all locked up and all crossed up and still missed the back of Charles, so he's dropped off now. He was very close. He's dropped off 1.5 seconds there. Wow, that was close. On the YouTube, Marius there and Sean Bingham saying that was a huge accident. A lot of pinballing going on, but everyone seemed to have come out of it. Somebody went back to pits and drove straight out of the pits, so I don't think too much time was lost.
Yeah, Wimpy de Beer in 13th position is right all over the back of Corné Kortse, and Robert Klopstra is following close behind.
Let's watch them here. Oh, and that looks like Renier Leach dropping in 18th place. He's just lost 4 places. So Renier Leach going backwards. Yeah. Wimpy de Beer definitely here, all over the back of Corné Kortse, as you say. This gap's 3/10 as they come through a last corner onto the start-finish straight.
Ooh, Wimpy trying to get the outside line there.
He's got a good drive through turn 1 through the avenue.
Will it be enough though? The next set of corners. Oh, just running wide and
into the
slipping
trap.
onto the grass there.
Oh, bad luck, Wimpy. Alright, we're jumping ahead to Wesley Ferrant in 9th place. Oh, there's a whole lot of traffic going on here. I tell you what, Skywalker, he's starting to do some funny things again, but he was right under the rear wing of Wesley. Wesley's looking ahead at Swiggers. Oh my word, that was a huge accident.
That was Wesley just losing control.
I'm going to just hit a replay and let's see what happened there, because I was looking at the timing screen. Let's go and watch the replay here. I didn't see that happen. So here Wesley comes out the hairpin and they're coming towards the first chicane. Oh, he locks it up, hits the first tire barrier and then gets hit by Ryan Skywalker. Yeah. Wow. That was big. I think Wesley's going to have some severe damage there. There was a huge coming together there.
Oh yeah, no, that's not a... seeing the replay unfold now, that's not a nice way to go.
That was a big bang. Alright, looking at 14th here, Ronald Childs and Brett Crocump. Oh, and it looks like
Crocump just got past, but Childs is not letting up.
No.
He is going to stay there if possible and see if he can get that position back.
Yeah, Ronald Childs also flying the other forward flag high. Okay, so we got just under 6 minutes to go. It's been quite eventful. Let's go and look up ahead again at Brent Lindsay Ray in 7th place. And Brent is 8/10 off the back of Matthew Boy and also closing down on Matthew Boy. So
he's had a bit of a quiet race. I haven't seen him move about a lot, but he's now getting that beamer together so that he can make the move with 5.5 minutes left to go in this race. These races always fly by so quickly.
They do. Now, Ryan on YouTube saying that's got to be some huge damage. And Jason, there's a sound effect from Jason Holden Jones. It goes wooza. Renier Leach in 17th. Oh, there's a bunch of traffic here. It's Crocump, Childs, Nell, Leach and De Beer. There's 5 cars here as they snake through that second chicane. Nickersbrook is its name, and they now head up over Clay Hill and towards the fast right-hander. Renier Leach watching these guys up ahead, and we've got Adrian Null in his Toyota also busy on a drive back at the back of Ronald Childs in his Ford, who's looking forward at Crocump and Wesley Ferrant. So these guys in very close proximity on the track right now.
With 4 minutes to go, that's a lot of battling that we can still look forward to.
Oh, guys are running quite wide through turn 1 there. Also, remember everyone's running the PLP off-track excursion penalty system, so you get too many of those and you don't obey the color of the flags, you're going to get a drive-through penalty.
Yeah, I'm seeing some cuts registered, but I haven't seen a drive-through being issued.
Oh, Brett Crocump. Oh, Wesley. Ooh. Brett and Wesley next to each other through the hairpin. Wesley was braking hard on the Audi and managed to hold position, but he's bunched everybody up here. They are now all over each other. They single filed through the chicane. I think Wesley's going to be carrying a bit of damage on that Audi, and that's allowing everyone.
Adrian just bumping into the rear of Charles, but they both seem to they both managed to keep it together.
Yeah.
And it's allowed Renier Leach to get right up to Nell.
Wow. Guys are taking some weird... Mind you, it's a braking marker, so the guys are going to try and overtake into there.
Yeah. There was a quick swap and back. It looked like Leach was going to lick it and send it, but ended up having to back out into the exit of the chicane.
And Adrian Null is looking seriously, and Charles goes defensive down the inside, and Adrian Null's gone around the outside. He's trying to drive around the outside of the final corner. They make a little bit of contact, and he falls back in behind Ronald Charles, which lets Renier Leach... No. Okay, so everyone back in single file. It's 2.5 minutes to go, and everyone's pushing hard. You can see them pushing hard. 10th place at the moment is Dirk Brunt. So Ryan Skywalker's gone forward. He's moved up to 9th.
Adrian just dipping his wheels into the grass there and not getting the drive that he's looking for to pull away from Renier Leach behind him.
Hard on the braking into the hairpin. Hard on the braking. Everyone managing to brake properly. No contact, no bumping. It's great driving. You've got to give the guys credit where it's due. This is awesome racing.
Every time Ferrand approaches that front chicane, I'm holding my breath just so he can get through there cleanly.
Yeah. Null just got taken. Renier Leach. Null got a very bad drive out the first chicane, and Renier Leach went right past the outside of him. And
that's Stefan Herbst that they've lapped, actually. So I'm thinking...
No, Stefan Herbst went with Renier Leach. Adrian Null is at the back of all of these guys now.
Yeah.
Skywalker's coming backwards again. He's had an issue somewhere. He's dropped from 9th down to 11th. That puts... Oh, and someone's just driven off. At Warwick Bridge. No, they haven't. It could have been a ping going on there. Everyone's still on the track. Okay, my timing screen's just going berserk right now.
Yeah, Skywalker does look like he's currently in 11th, so that's not going to bode well for him going into the next race. There's 50 seconds left. Quickly checking, Ross Bartle is coming through the first hairpin right now. Not sure if there's enough time left for him to put in another lap.
Okay, these guys are next to each other. They're driving around 2x2. Adrian Null just went in the pits, so I think he's just completed a drive-through. And he is straight back out. So we're just looking at the race going on here for 13th, 14th, 15th. These guys are all over the place. Leach,
quickly jumping ahead.
Okay.
Ross Bartle is... he's coming around the last corner right now.
Next quite close, actually.
Lap in, it's going to be close.
No, it's done. They don't get to the line with no time left. So this is him coming over the line. Nick is just behind him. So let's watch as everyone comes through. So is this now the last lap they're on? Yes, this is the final lap. No? Yes?
Yes. Oh, no. It's the final lap for everybody. So Ross Bartle in first position, Nick in second, Shaw Wilkin in third, James Leach in fourth, and Kieran Patterson in fifth.
Matthew Boy, Brent Lindsay Ray. Here comes Brent over the line. He's only just ahead of Waldo. Okay, Waldo, Brent 7th, Waldo 8th, Dirk Brunt 9th, and in 10th, Ryan Skywalker.
Skywalker, so he has just nicked it there in the nick of time.
Wow. Okay. Jeepers. He's
The
got...
big train coming over the line now as well.
Yes, here they come. Yeah. Wimpy de Beer 15th, Null 16th, Crowcump 17th, Karamaker 18th. That was hectic. There was a couple of funnies going on there on our timing screen, so sorry if we didn't catch everything, but all right. Race 1 done and dusted. Let's catch our breaths. We're going to have a fast ad break and we'll be back shortly. Stand by, people. Alright, we're back. And there goes the screen for the auto reset. We're now going to have reverse grid. Everyone's in the pits, as you can see. They double pit up and then onto the start finish line. We should now have Mr. Skywalker, if I can find him. There he is.
Again in 23rd position on our lists.
On our timing, on our camera control, he's in 24th. But he is in fact first place on the screen. So we're just waiting for the screens to refresh. Switch back quickly. Alright, there we go.
So Skywalker has the inside line. Dirk Brandt right next to him.
Alpha's front row here.
Alpha's front row. Not sure what the second row looks like, because Skywalker was struggling with the beamers just flying off of the line there.
Yeah.
So Brent Lindsay, okay, so there's another Alpha in third, and then Brent Lindsay ran the BMW in fourth.
So that's a purple OC Breweries car. It's Waldo Swiggers.
Yeah, Waldo Swiggers.
And then next to him we've got Brent Lindsay Ray in his BMW. And behind them, the first of the Grumpy Monkey cars.
Matthew Boy, I think.
Yes, Matthew Boy with Kieran next to him. So we're going to watch Dirk from Dirk Brand's point of view. We've got 3, 4 lights, 5 lights, 6 lights.
Drop the clutch and away they go.
And here they come towards us. Yo, Brent Lindsay Ray just got a storming start in his BMW.
What did I tell you about those BMWs?
You did.
Waldo also got an amazing start. He is looking... Oh, no, he's might not be able to get the overtake done, so Dirk Brandt steps back into third position. Everybody looking like they're getting off of the line cleanly. It's all about getting through this hairpin safely, though. Big concertina effect coming up if you're not prepared for that.
Ryan going through the hairpin ahead. Lindsay Rain second. Third is Brunt. Then it's Swiggers. Kieran Patterson. Then Leach. Boy. Wilkin. Bartle. Hodgson. Klopstra. Kotze. Null. Rainier Leach. Wesley Farrant. Crowcump. And the rest of the field. Let's look further back at James Leach. He's right in amongst it. Ahead of him's Kieran Patterson, who's looking at the back of Waldo Swiggers. Falls back in line. Behind him, we've got Shoal Wilkin going down the inside of a Grumpy Monkey car. And Shoal Wilkin makes the pass, nice and clean. He has just gone past Matthew Boy. Sorry, Sus.
No. I was just astonished at how nicely and clean that overtake was going into the second chicane.
It was. So the two... he just bounced over that curb, but there's a lot of drama in the background. Somebody's off. I can't tell you who it is. Who is it?
Robert Klopstra.
There was a Klopstra. Robert Klopstra's gone back. So, Ross Bartle. There's another coming together, I think. Another.
This time losing
was
out
it Brett Crowcump? Yeah. drop back to 15th. The guys are next to each other as they go over the start-finish line. Peter Geldenhuys, Brett Krokamp, Wimpy de Beers here, Rob Walker's here, Wesley Ferrant's here, and they've gone right around turn 1 next to each other, and they're still next to each other. Okay, some racing going on. Looking up ahead, James Leach and Kieran Patterson. Into the hairpin, James Leach goes, Kieran right behind him, and behind Kieran Patterson, Charles Wilkin. He's lost a bunch of places here, sus. No, he hasn't. Sorry,
no,
he hasn't.
No. He may
passed,
be overtaken.
Yes.
Yeah, he passed Matthew Boy.
Yeah.
But it's leaving Ross Bartle and Nick Hodgson breathing down his neck, though. I was seeing Nick and Ross flashing some lights, so I'm not sure if there was a bit of a team order thing going on. Because Matthew Boy has now fallen back behind those two.
Well, we had plans on going to talk to Kieran Patterson live in the race, but I think he's going to be under a bit of pressure here, so we won't disturb him now.
Yeah, I'm also not seeing him on the server, so not sure if he maybe said, wow, this is way too intense. Let me rather not try and talk while I'm doing this.
So everyone's kind of stringing it out, but we've got James Leach looking at the back of... no, we don't. We have Waldo Swiggers looking at the back of Dirk Brunt.
Dirk doing well to hold on to that third position. So he was second on the grid and got overtaken by Brent Lindsay-Ray with that screamer of a start that Brent had.
And Brent is doing well. He's managing to drive away from Dirk Brunt and holding second place. Well,
Dirk runs very wide.
Oh, Peter Geldenhuys just disconnected. That's sad news. Oh, here we go. Swiggers and Brunt. Oh, Swiggers has run deep. I mean, yes, he has.
Can he control it?
Ooh,
No.
Big right over the front of Kieran Patterson into the hairpin, and now he's got to wait for the traffic. And oh dear, he goes into the oncoming car of Ronald Childs, gets turned around, and it's just not happening for Waldo at the moment. He's gone all the way to 18th.
Yeah, it's difficult.
It is.
I think if he put in a bit more effort to turn his car so that he's parallel with the track, it would have maybe been easier to rejoin on the outside.
Around the outside of the hairpin, correct. All right, looking now, we've got James Leach looking at the back of Dirk Brunt with Kieran Patterson and Charles Wilkin all coming at a rate, and behind Wilkin is Bartle also coming. So this is going to get very busy in 2 laps time. Skywalker out on his own by almost 3 seconds. Brent Lindsay-Ray second place, and then we have Brunt, Leach, Patterson, Wilkin. Yeah, I saw that. Brunt running wide there. He's allowed Leach to catch up. Kieran Patterson's coming, Charles Wilkins there, and Ross Bartle's also there. So
I'm seeing.
Oh, here goes a pass. Leach has passed Brunt. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. No. So I see Johan posting in chat. Kieran's headset battery has died.
Oh dear.
So I'm not sure. Does he have a backup, or is he driving completely deaf right now?
Kieran?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's no one to talk to, is there? He doesn't have a teammate.
No, but if his headset died, does he still have sound to judge what's going on around him?
No, he won't. And he's just fallen off the track, and he's now 14th. So
I mean, it's a difficult task driving when you can't hear the engine revving, when you can't hear cars around you.
So Ryan cracked a joke and said I must go and take the pace car around, and so I don't have that V8 rumbling in the pits all the time. I silence the engine for the Mercedes-Benz. And I tried it. Well, I did. I drove it around, but like you say, it's dead silent. So it's like driving an electric car. You don't hear the revs, and there's no sensation except the wind and when the tires hit the rumble strips, and it was very odd.
I heard a YouTuber talking about the differences between an electric car like the Tesla and a Lamborghini that he had driven. And he said the visceral experience of the engine rumbling around you almost contributes to the fear factor. Like he was reaching 200 kilometers an hour in the Lambo, and it was kind of terrifying because you've got this engine roaring at you.
Got you.
Whereas then he's reaching 160 in the Tesla and he's like, oh, this is just cruising.
Yeah. While we've been talking and all that drama happened as they come down to this little left-hander, this is where Kieran fell off. Ross Bartle has gone past Charles Wilkins, so there might have been a little bit of contact somewhere, but they're on their way at the moment. Ross Bartle now up into 5th, Charles Wilkins 6th, and Nick is now up into 7th. Kieran Patterson slowly coming back from his off and back up to 12th, but we've got Mr. De Beer, just Wimpy De Beer, dropping all the way down. He's still on the grass, and now he's managed to get back on the track, and he's in 21st.
Yeah, okay, so I'm quickly tallying up the times,
Okay.
And I think my gut is telling me that Ross is about 6 to 8 seconds behind Ryan.
I agree with that.
I'm waiting to see what the lap time differences will be, because Ross still has to negotiate the grunt in front of him, which
he's
will
got to
hold him
get
up
through
by quite a
traffic.
bit.
Yep.
But 11 minutes left. That's not a lot of time left to try and get up front and get back into the fight with Ryan. They're doing well to defend here, but I do think Ross is going to have the overtake done.
It's not an if, it's a win, eh? Ross coming down the inside. Dirk is moving across and they both break, but Dirk's now run wide from the pressure. There was no contact there, I don't think. And Ross is through. So Ross up into 4th place.
I mean, he's... So Ross is doing 140s. I didn't see Ryan's time now.
Well, we'll see Ross how quick he's got to close this gap up to Leach ahead. And this is 2.5 seconds now. We're just going to drop back a little bit and see Nick. Nicholas Hodgson is looking at the back of Shoal. Shoal runs wide there. Nick's got a great drive and now runs up the outside of Shoal. Shoal going defensive as they go through the island bend. Nick falls in behind him.
Oh, no, that doesn't give Nick... Was there a bit of contact? Shoal almost losing control there, but keeping it together, and Nick is still right behind, but I do think he's going to have the drive coming into this next chicane. Not quite. Maybe he just thought twice of it and said, I'd rather live to fight another lap.
Agreed. I think Shoal ran very sharp and on the apex into the hairpin, and he had wheels on the grass on the inside. That looked like possible contact, but I don't think there was.
No. I think it was purely Shoal, maybe, as you said, dipping wheels into the grass in a braking zone.
Yeah. So 9th place, Null, Adrian Null, in his Toyota, and he's looking at the back of Rainier Leach and coming on strong in the GB Truck Bodies and Trailers car. Adrian Null certainly gets his Toyota around the track quickly and is definitely the quickest Toyota out there. Crowcump, Red Crowcump, he's in amongst traffic here with Kieran and Childs, and so the Fords are nose to tail at the moment. Ronald Childs, Kieran Patterson, then we've got Crowcump with Herbst all over the back in his Toyota, and then Matthew Boy for Grumpy Monkey Tone Heel also involved here.
Childs runs extremely wide there, but manages to get it back together. Looking at the chat, I do see it registered a cut for him, so he needs to be careful if he's going to continue doing that.
Who was that?
Ronald Childs.
Okay, got you. Yeah, Ronald Childs just up ahead of Kieran, and just behind them they're running two abreast. Right, coming into the hairpin.
Slight touch there, but they keep it together.
Sure, it's good racing, man.
I think the camber of this turn helps a lot to prevent people from spinning out if you do get a slight rear tap.
I agree. It's like a kind of a bank curve there.
Yeah.
Crowcump looking all over the back of Kieran. Excuse me.
In the back, I see Matthew Boy flashing his lights, trying to get past Stefan Herbst there.
Oh, well, a lot of flashing going on. Further up again, Adrian Null again. Adrian Null on the back of Rainier Leach. These guys are dicing hard. And further up, Ross Bartle. Look at this. Ross Bartle all over the back of Brent Lindsay Ray already.
BMW versus BMW.
Now that gap, okay, so Brent Lindsay Ray's had an issue because James is now up into second. Lindsay Ray was 3 seconds off the back of Skywalker, so he's had a problem, and that's allowed, he's fallen back into the grips here of Ross Bartle. Just ahead of him is, they've got there's a slow marker just ahead of Brent Lindsay Ray. That's not James, it is James Leach. Sorry, alright, so James Leach, then it's Brent Lindsay Ray, and then Ross Bartle looking how to get past Brent Lindsay Ray for Oulton Racing.
It might quickly develop into a three-way battle for second here. It has allowed Ryan Skywalker to put in a lot of daylight. He's almost 8 seconds in the lead, and I don't think that is a small enough gap for Ross Bartle to close up if he can get into second.
And Nick is also closing up on the back of Charles Wilkin. So Brent kind of getting everyone booked up here now.
In 8th, Rainier Leach is also right on the back of Dirk Brunt there, and it looks like he's being closely followed by Adrian Nel. So Dirk must have had a bit of a moment there. It's allowed both Leach and Nel to catch up to him, and he's going to have a tough time battling these two. But maybe it can help him put Leach into a position where Nel can capitalize, and I don't know. It is looking like Leach is getting the drive there on the main straight, and he's got the inside line, which will mean a relatively easy overtake if he can keep it together.
Says we're on board with Ross Bartle, and he's throwing it down the inside of Brent, and they've had a little bit of contact, but he's caught it. Brent's managed to hold on, but that's let Charles come out the outside, and Nick.
And Nick, that was an expensive slide there.
That wasn't very clever of Ross, and he's lost 2 places, but he did try to go up the inside of Brent, and Brent was not going to have anything to do with that. So Leach, 6.8 seconds. Leach closing the gap on Skywalker. Skywalker maybe had a problem on that lap.
Maybe he didn't have a problem. Maybe he's just taking it easy, making sure that he manages the gap now and doesn't overcommit on expensive fast lap times.
Gotcha. Okay, currently now watching Ross, at least I beg your pardon, Charles Wilkin. Looking at the back of Brent Lindsay Ray, I see Kieran Patterson is now up into 10th. So Ronald Childs, who was ahead of him, is now down in 15th. There must have been some problems going on there. As we see Nick run a little wide through that corner. So I wonder if there's any team orders here between Mr. Hodgson and Mr. Bartle.
I don't know. I think Bartle is still in contention for the top position, so there might be a move to make.
Well, let's see.
It might be advantageous to get him into the higher position, because it's going to allow Ryan Skywalker. I think he's also right at the top of the food chain there.
Charles running defensive here. Nick's going around the outside through Island Bend. Nick, big brave, and manages to brake and get the car back in under control, and they come through the hairpin.
I must say, I am really excited to see Brent doing so well to defend. There's a battle going on behind him, but he's held on to this third 100%.
Position. He's driving exceptionally well. I agree. In fact, he's got a little bit of daylight between him and Charles is looking in the mirrors now because Nick and Ross are there. And they, the first opportunity they're going to get, they're going to jump at it. Yeah, Ronald Childs going backwards now down into 17th, 18th and dropping further. So he's spun off somewhere at the hairpin, I think, as they come through under Warwick Bridge. Last corner coming up with 3 minutes to go. Oh, and
Wilken
Charles
loses it. Oh no, I don't think there was contact. He just locked up.
I'm going to have a look at the replay of that and we'll see what actually happens there. We were watching him and he just went straight on. Let's go and look at the replay.
From what I can see on the live stream as it's happening now, I just saw the incident. I don't see any contact right there.
No, he just locked up and went straight on. That's so weird. Right, so that's allowed Hodgson up into 4th, Ross into 5th. And they're now all over the back of Brent Lindsay race. So 2.5 minutes to go. Can Brent hang on to his 3rd place? Skywalker up ahead, 6 seconds up the road from James Leach.
Skywalker, I'm seeing Skywalker just managing this gap now. He's not pushing too hard. He's trying to get the car home in one piece now.
Well, these guys are catching up to some traffic. There's an OC Brewery's car just up ahead. I think it's Vimpy.
Will that give Brent the opportunity to get by cleanly? Oh, okay. He pulls off completely. From the track.
He just gets out the way. Okay, so we're going to cockpit camera of Nick. In the mirror you can see Ross, and out the windscreen up ahead you can see Brent Lindsay Ray. Okay, we just went back to my car for some other reason. Right, cameras, settle down please. I think I maybe hit random by mistake there. So we've got there you can see them all run very wide onto kind of bricked area just on the outside of turn 1. 1 minute to go. Brent managing to hold on, and
Nick making the mistake of going slightly wide there.
Okay, so Nick has spun out and that's let Ross go through. Nick coming back on the track. Vimpy doing some grass lawn mowing up on the side of the mountain up ahead.
Needs to be careful if he if he gets caught out at the hairpin, he might just cross into traffic.
Oh, that's Nick's going to be upset about that. So Ross is now looking at the back of Brent, and Brent's driven exceptionally well for Oulton Racing, but Ross is quickly on the back of him, and we'll see if he can. And Ross is flashing at him. He's seriously trying to disturb Brent's mindset there.
So 20 seconds left. Ryan Skywalker only has 2 corners left.
Okay.
I think this is the last lap, so he's taken it from start to end in first position.
Yep. We just see him going down under the Warwick Bridge. There in the background we can see James Leach coming. Let's look for 3rd place. Here's Brent. And it looks like Brent is going to hold on to his 3rd place.
Just keeping his head down for this last corner.
Oh, well done, Brent. I'm sorry, I've got to... That was a great drive by him. With all the pressure behind him, he did really well to hang on to that.
Yeah, that was exceptional.
Wow.
I'm sure he's really chuffed with himself for getting this podium.
Charles Wilken 5th, Adrian Nell 6th, Nick Hodgson comes over in 8th, yeah. Dirk Brandt 9th, Kieran 10th. Jeez, that was a great race. Okay. Who are we looking for? The interviewers?
So, for interviews, it will be Ryan Skywalker and I think Ross Bartle.
Oh, yes, correct. Well, let's go and see if you can find them.
I'm seeing Ryan here right now. I'll pull him in quickly.
Awesome.
Hello, Ryan.
Hey, how's it?
How was that race, buddy?
Cool, calm, and boring. I mean, I'm just joking. It was intense, man. Really intense.
What exactly happened there at the start of the race? In the first heat?
I don't know. Those 2 teammates are sneaky, I'll tell you that, because they worked together. They pushed me out, and I was like, yes, I need a teammate.
But it looked like you had some pinging or something going on.
My CPU, for some reason, it said CPU usage 99%. I rarely ever see that. So tonight was the first time in I don't know how long that came up. So I don't know what the heck that was. So I'm gonna have to go look and reinstall everything and make sure everything runs smooth for the next
Sure.
one.
Okay.
Yes, because I was so nervous, and especially when James started to catch me with
Yeah.
his bad connection, us two together on one piece of track. That's not gonna work. But it was fun.
And then race 2, flag to flag, you just kind of managed it all the way there.
Yeah, I was actually so relieved when I finished where I did in race 1. I was like, oh, this is a bonus, you know.
Yeah.
And then I was just, when I saw Ross coming up little by little, I was like, yo, is he gonna catch me? Nervous times.
And you had enough fuel, eh?
Yeah. Oh, this time I told you I've got 2 extra tanks.
Sas, can you see Ross anyway, buddy?
I can see. I can pull him in.
Cool, man.
Hello, Mr. Ross Bartle.
Hey guys, how's it?
Ross.
That was a really fun race to watch. You had a really good first race there, and then the second race almost getting that third position, but
Yeah.
just not. How was it?
It's good. Probably the sweatiest race we've done all season, definitely. That second one.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah, no, look. It's quite a track to try and overtake on, especially
Yeah.
at PM.
Yo.
Make like Nick made a mistake on that last lap there. It's so easy. So yeah. But yeah, then that was good.
Awesome,
I mean-
man. It was great fun to watch. I hope we managed to capture a lot of it, but we were commenting just before Nick fell off whether there was any kind of team orders or anything going on between the two of you, and literally just you went around the outside of turn 2 and that was him off, and you just you went on to the back of Brent, and that's how you finished.
Yeah.
How do you guys have this planned? Is it whoever's in front stays in front, or what's the plan?
We're racing pretty much at this point.
Okay, that's cool.
So he just made a mistake there trying to go on Brent. So yeah, the first race was quite entertaining because we had to manage fuel slightly
Okay.
at the end there because we were going to do an extra lap when we didn't plan to. So yeah, that's why we backed off right at the end.
Awesome, man.
But yeah, it was good.
Have you sobered up?
Yeah,
Okay, but you're going to get drunk again, so...
most likely. Yeah.
All right, well, then come join us on the YouTubes on Wednesday because it's your birthday, and we'll get everyone to wish you happy birthday.
Yeah, I'll pop in and say hi.
Wicked.
Lekker. Cheers, chaps.
Ciao, ciao. Ryan,
Ross.
thanks
Cheers,
for
Ryan.
coming in for the chat, buddy, and we'll see you soon
Pleasure.
as well.
Thanks, guys.
Cool,
Have a
man.
nice day. Cheers.
Ciao, ciao. So there we go, Sus. That was a great race. Everyone on the YouTubes, thanks for coming and watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Sure.
I most definitely did. I'm excited to see what will happen on Wednesday. I think there's still a lot of racing to be had, and as is usual, I'll quickly plug it. If you want to come race with us, go to simracesa.co.za. Find the sign up form there. Minimum donation of 1,500 rand. We've already raised more than 34,000 rand for the Grace Factory. So well done on everybody that signed up and made donations. But as always, we welcome new people. We love having good, clean racing, and I think this tonight, barring the few incidents, I hope tonight was proof of that.
Yeah, definitely. As Jason Holden Jones also says, there was a very high standard of driving tonight, considering it was touring cars. And on this technical little bumpy track, the guys did exceptionally well. So let's look forward to Wednesday's Division 2. Also going to have a full house, hopefully, of 22 cars. And we'll see how they get along.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to say from me, that's a wrap. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you again soon. And from you, Sas?
Well, nothing more from me. Go and have a good evening, everybody, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Excellent. Well, there you go. Thanks, and we'll chat again. Cheers, everyone.